William Glenn 777 here, aka Rabbit 237. I'm walking today, so this is a podcast the week after I got back from San Diego. What a journey that was. For those of you who are thinking about visiting California, I would put both the California coastal train, I think it's called the Starlight something. I would say go for it. Book yourself a little roomette if you want to pay a little extra money. Kick back, relax, enjoy the view. You get a couple meals thrown in, and it's an experience. And as far as San Diego goes, whoa! I went there once as a teacher. We had a conference there, but I must have been in a different part because I didn't realize it was so big and so beautiful. Maybe I was in a suburb of San Diego before, I don't know. But wow, did I like it. Okay, we've hit a stop sign, a 404. We're good to go. We're gonna see Carlos on the sidewalk soon. Unless we missed it. Always looking out. Always got my eye open to see what needs to be seen. I was explaining to Moon Rabbit Vision that I can scan the field because I'm so familiar with it, because I've spent time after time after time after time evolving from the sea to this particular location, being now expressed to me in this timeline, where I have anchored myself. And so I look for what stands out. And so far, all is looking good. Don't remember the little spray paint, road paint, 10/30/25. Not sure that I remember that, so I just pay attention. Okay, there's something there. What message do we need to take? But again, please save my Earth. That's a nice one. I'd like to take a picture of that. Maybe not today, I'm running a little bit late. Please save my Earth, not the Earth. Personifies it in a different way, doesn't it? Find the person whose Earth you want to save and save it. How could you do that? What is it? Think globally, act locally? I could have that totally wrong. But as above, so below. And you know, in a world without time, in something called eternity, we are all experiencing the same vibration. But the God of my heart is a living God. A God who speaks to the living and not the dead. So if when you hear this transmission you are living, carry a frequency. Carry the frequency. I was talking with my friend Doc. He says he doesn't mind if I use his name. He is unhoused or homeless, if you prefer. He's in his early 30s, and he deals with some pretty shitty things on the street. I asked him, I said I have this tent. I brought it to the Day Out of Time last year. So Moon and June, and those of you who have seen it will maybe remember the little green tent. So I asked him if he wanted it, he could have it, and he said no. For him, that's a terrifying option. And I said, really, why? And he said, because you can't see who's coming at you. And so I asked him, I said, does that happen a lot? You get people coming at you? And he said, oh yeah. It could be somebody angry that just wants to screw with you. It could be someone coming over to yell at you about getting off the sidewalk or the property, or going away. It could be teenagers just looking to have a little chaotic fun. And he was in quite a bind. The reason I asked him if he wanted the tent was because some people stole all his electronics. And for a person on the street, your cell phone is your lifeline. He had recently gotten one through the city. The program that's available, they stole his phone. He had a bag where he could plug it in somewhere. I took it over to my house before and plugged it in so that he would have a charge. He would have access to his electronics. And they set him up. They let him think he was their friend, and then they just stole it. And he said it was a really messed up thing to do because there were things in the bag that I needed, or else I would get very sick, and they knew it. And they knew the phone was my lifeline. And I asked him, why do you think they did it? And he said, I just think it's the chaos people. The people that just thrive off of chaos. And I thought about that as I sat there looking at him, hunched over on the sidewalk. His belongings around him. No access to, any part of the world other than that sliver of sidewalk. And it made me think about chaos. Like, who gets off on seeing struggle? Funny, we're about to enter into a circle. This might look familiar to some of you. I love this circle. I call it Martin Tillman. I've given him a name, Martin Tillman. And this is where I realized I was walking north, or northerly rather, and I was just walking and wondering, which way is north? Which way is north? And I was here for a long time, walking in the circle, trapped in the circle, I would say. And so I made friends. I recognized the 13 palm trees on either side. I brought my poetry to sit and listen to the words of Whitman and Dickinson and the great American literary authors that speak to me through their poetry, which is a poetry of hope, a poetry of rebellion, a poetry of refusal of the status quo, a poetry of bravery, a poetry of kindness. At its core, the poetry that speaks to me stood up to things like slavery. It stood up to this getting and spending. It stood up to the inequalities. It was the John Proctor refusing to sign. It was the Holden Caulfield, and I know these are not poets. The September roses and the rocks. I have taken rocks from here, and I have left rocks from here. You can see where people paint them and leave them. Did any of my rocks remain? I don't see them. That's a good sign. I mean, somebody took them. Anyhow, in my heart, I'm not only a storyteller, I'm an audience member. And my heart vibrates, as I'll use an Emerson line, to the string of justice, of kindness, of peace, of hope, of joy. And don't think I am not a fan of a little horror. Those of you who know me know my favorite movie, one of them at least, is The Witch. I love that movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's quite something. I like a lot of horror movies, actually. I'm not a fan of the slice 'em dice 'em, but I could even look at the special effects and the makeup and be like, wow, that's amazing. For what they had or what they did. but I'm fond of a thinking movie, a movie that I can use some, even if it's a tragedy, some aspect of that tragedy to inform my life. I want growth. I want joy. I want the kids to have a nice childhood. And I know I'm not a catcher in the rye. I can't stand there in some proverbial field of rye with my baseball mitt catching the kids who fall off the cliff, but I can leave behind leaves of grass, individual words, so that when the chaos magicians get too crazy with you, hey kid, you find a soft place to sit. I'm thinking of that wonderful Bible passage that I need to memorize. It's the one about our shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He layeth me beside the still waters, or leadeth me beside the still waters. Anyhow, it talks about the cup overflowing. The shepherd having a staff and a rod. I don't know, one of them to protect you, one of them to guide you, and to just enjoy the nature. To be at the table serving wine. My cup runneth over for what he hath given, so I give it the best back. I need to tell you about the Smothering Rooms. So you don't walk out as an abomination homosexual who's done some pretty... When my memoir is there, I'm telling you, I'm going everywhere with it. I hide absolutely nothing. And there will be things that make people say, what the fuck? Excuse my French. But I need to tell the story. I need to talk about how I survived those years with the fermenting grapes, with only the promise that one day there would be wine. And now look up, look down, look to my left, which is an ox, look to my right, which is a lion, look behind me, which is an eagle. I get to be out here. Can you hear the birds? There are people working in the shade. There's a Mexican restaurant, and soon I'm gonna smell meat. I'm sorry, I know. The vegetarians out there are like, but just the smell is nice. It's pleasing. Hearing the birds, they sound quantum, like they're threading something. Chirp. Oh, there it is. And I love this lawn. They take such nice care of their lawn. Shady. There's the smell of meat. A woman walking her dogs. This is my world. If I want to go get some beer, there's a little liquor store. It's a little early for that. I'm headed to the Rosicrucian, by the way. Walking by another person, but I'm going to put the camera down so as not to intrude. This is where Carlos and I get a burrito most every Friday night. He sometimes gets something different, but I don't. It's reasonably priced. It's enough for me to have lunch the next day. It's the one time we go out to a restaurant. We get it to go, so we don't actually go out there. That's not true though, we splurge sometimes, like in Carmel. This used to be a plant store, and my ex Kevin, who passed away of AIDS-related complications, he used to bring me here to look at plants. This is where my dentist worked up until a few months ago, and there was a fire, a little chaos in his life, so he had to move all the way out to Sunnyvale. I went to visit him. He's such a nice guy. His name is Dr. Long. I recommend him. I'm using rabbit vision right now. Glory, glory, rabbit vision. We're coming to the tunnel of bees. Alas, they might not be here, but oh, what a thrill if they are. Hello, Mr. Bee. Smile for the camera. Another. Buzz on the bottle brushes. It's a whole cave I get to walk through with life. These transmissions, the people moving. It really is Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass. I hear America singing. And I love America so much. We are the United States of mind. You don't have to be from America to be American. Thank you. I got a little black book with my poems in. I got a bag with a toothbrush and a comb in. Alright, this has been a long part one, but we still have to get to the Rosicrucian. Well, maybe I just let it go. We have a long podcast today. By the way, if anyone has any questions or comments, wants to talk about a particular subject, or wants to co-host in a podcast with me, this is all very doable and encouraged. I'm not playing ball by myself, and so I look for audience participation. After all, this is a science fiction double feature, and the second movie is about to play, or it's already playing, I guess, if you're listening. It's just a jump to the left, and then a step to the right, with your hands on your hips, and bend your knees in tight. Okay. We are coming up to the Rosicrucian. It's a whole block. But apparently these people on the corner at some point decided not to sell. So they have, wouldn't that be nice to have a house right there? They have a house right on the corner, and there's another house right there. But other than that, the Rosicrucian goes down a whole block. Takes up the whole thing, this way and that way. There's a school, it's a junior high, and I just think it's beautiful from the outside. This house is beautiful too. I have evolved here. I mean that both metaphorically and literally. And I still evolve here. If you ever come to San Jose, I would love to take you to this place. Not to tell you what it means, I don't know. I know what it means to me, but I'd like to see what it means to you. I spent many years hating these plants right here. Oleanders, I think they are. In California, they're drought resistant, so you see them constantly on the side of the freeway or in the center section of the freeway. And I just didn't like them. I don't know why. Maybe I associated them with traffic or dry heat. It was like, oh man, they're terrible. So when I got here to the Rosicrucian and I saw them, I had to make friends with them. I really did. It took a long time. And I did a little research on them, and I heard some stories about them, some myths associated with them. And then somebody somewhere said the smell of them. People either love the smell or they hate the smell. So I was eager to discover, what was I, a hater or a lover? And either option would be fine. For a long time, they simply didn't smell. I was like, well, this is a big disappointment. And then one day, when the time was right, when the blooms were ready, I walked by and I smelled the most wonderful smell. So apparently I am a lover of the oleander, which is quite a surprise because I was a hater for the longest time. I'm gonna go in and get my drink from Starbucks and smoke my cigarette. You guys want to come in? I'm gonna pause here, but there might be an immediate part 2. Let's see. Okay, part 2. It is the immediate part 2. There's my green means go. And we're gonna go in and get ourselves a drink. I'm not going to put anyone on film, but I'll put it down. Okay. I'll warn them I'm doing a podcast. Hello. Good. I'm doing a podcast right now, but your face is not showing, but the sound is going. Are you okay with that, or do you want it off?
That's fine.
You guys okay with that? I'd like an iced horchata shaken espresso.
Alright. What size for that one?
That size.
That size?
I'm getting the iced horchata shaken espresso. Starbucks takes very good care of me, by the way. Some great employees here.
Alright. Anything else for you today, sir?
I think that's it.
Perfect.
I'll be out smoking my cigarette. I'll come in when I'm done.
Alright, so 6:35.
Okay.
We will have that right out for you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
They're used to my shenanigans in there. I usually insist that I'm called Willed 777, and I let them make their own drinks sometimes. Like, come up with something to surprise me, and try and tip them. And they really are like little bartenders. They're baristas, right? And so I know people bitch and moan about tipping them, but you tip a bartender and don't really think anything of it. So I'm gonna smoke my cigarette right now. I have the Carlos Columbia bag. I got a little black bag with my cigarettes in it. That's a new pack. I need to find the old pack. What do we have in here? We have a pack of cigarettes, and I am quitting, by the way. The plan is to quit at the end of this week. Denny says I need a little more time, but I don't know. I also have a yellow key in here, because it's the Rosicrucian. And what would the Rosicrucian be without a yellow key? And I brought a poem for somebody. I'm going to give this to somebody at the Council of Solace. That's a meditation at 12 o'clock noon, Monday through Friday at the Rosicrucian. And yes, it's open to the public. You do not need to be a Rosicrucian in order to attend. Sorry, I shouldn't be tempting anyone. Rosicrucian is fascinating because, and I've said this before, but it's worth repeating, it is a private place, a private organization, private land, but they open it to the public so that the public can have, if they need it, a space for spiritual discoveries. What do spiritual discoveries mean? I don't know, you tell me. From my experience, the philosophy is one of peace, one of harmony, with nature, well, however you define that. I guess that's the key, is how do you define peace and harmony, and what needs to happen in order for peace and harmony to exist? What is the God of your heart? What is the God of your heart? And is your heart as light as a feather? Yeah, I don't know if they asked that. I'm just talking about, I really don't know a lot, truth be told. I just know enough. I am still very much a neophyte student. Like the most beginner of the beginningest adventure to begin. I'm rambling now, so I'm going to pause this. We'll go to a commercial break, and we will return for more adventures in the Rosicrucian Park, though it's getting close to the meditation, so we won't have much time. Okay, I got my Starbucks drink, and here we are in front of the Rosicrucian. When you're here, you'll make a choice. Go to the left or go to the right. And as I told a colleague, always go the opposite of what you think you should. So I wanted to go right, but I'm gonna go left. But no, that's the opposite of what I think, which is the opposite of what do I want. I wanted to go this way, but that's the opposite of the ay, Dios mío. I have to get out of this conundrum, so I have to pause here. We are once again in front of the Rosicrucian, and I am taking you inside. When you're here, I wonder where you'll take me. The feather versus the heart. And a monkey. There are my favorite bushes, and I just smelled the oleanders. Oh, and here is what is known as Laura's flower. Does it still smell? It did yesterday. Oh yes, it smells like citrus and a little honey. There's a divine smell, and there's a bee, and there is the tree of time. It brought me to the yellow key, and I mean that. That tree, those bees, with a human face in front, an ox to my left, a lion to my right, and an eagle behind. Look up. Look down. Look to the left. Look to the right. And I think about all of the various particles that came together, the people, the plan, to make this even a possibility that I would one day sit on a bench, as in fact was probability, to simply contemplate, to bring you here with me, to ask you to invite you to close your eyes and be a part of this scene in any way you can dream. And if you're not part of the scene and this doesn't speak to you, that's okay too. We all have our, dare I say, well, I won't say. We all have our space to be. There are some wonderful smells here right now. Choices to make. Ways to make. Things to see. Things to read. Like a Francis Bacon Shakespearean dream here on this island. On a ship, perhaps. Or as Tina might say, on a friend ship, because you are not alone. You are not alone. There's a captain. There's a crew. There's me. And there's you. And there's a garden. Morning. Good, how about you? contribute to peace when I use my intelligence and abilities to serve the God. I attribute to peace when I feel compassion toward all those who suffer. I contribute to peace when I look upon all men and women as my brothers and sisters regardless of race, culture, or religion. I contribute to peace when I rejoice over the happiness of others and pray for their well-being. I contribute to peace when I listen with tolerance to opinions that differ from mine or even oppose them. I contribute to peace when I resort to dialogue rather than to force to settle any conflict. I contribute to peace when I respect nature and I preserve it for generations to come. I contribute to peace when I do not seek to impose my connection to God or of God on other people. I contribute to peace when I make peace the foundation of my ideas and my philosophy. go out. And then come back. Oh, they're doing construction here.